Hello, everybody. What is up? We are back for another episode of the Fantasy Underdogs podcast presented by Believe Podcast Network and Bet Online AG. I am Sporty Jordy here with Sam Cardona, who is the girl who talks sports. It feels like it's been a decade since the divisional round actually happened.
Yeah, it's because it took years off of our lives. That's why.
Wait. It's funny that you say that because I literally already have this banner right now.
Oh, that singular brain cells at work today.
Yes. No, it definitely is. Yeah, no, it was a little chaotic.
Yeah,
And
I
really wanted good games because I complained so much that wild card weekend was so boring. And I was like, this was god awful because like I want some excitement. And I was like, basically everything you thought was going to happen happened. A lot of the games were blowouts. And then we move into the divisional round where every single game, I was like, it can't get better than this. It can't get better than this.
It periodically got better.
Yes.
And like the Bengals-Titans game was like good to watch, but you were like, that was like the start. And then it just got better all the way till the end.
But it was great football. Probably some of the best football I've ever watched, like in
100%.
one consecutive setting. But it was also pure heartbreak at the same exact time. Like it really was.
I can't believe we have to relive this again. All around. Well, like it started good in the beginning. We've talked about this already, but it was like early on in the day on both Saturday and Sunday, good games.
Yes.
Later on in the day, Saturday, Sunday, complete and utter heartbreak. Aaron Rodgers leaving and us not knowing what's happening with him. The Bills, please don't even get me started. I am like, I couldn't even put into words how sad I was.
No, it was that game. And I think the most frustrating part is like that game to me felt like it ended 17 times before it actually. I was like, oh my God, the Chiefs have this. It's over. Then the Bills came back and then Josh Allen did what he did with 13 seconds left. I was like, oh my God, this is it. Like, and then no, Patrick Mahomes.
It was like a span of like 2 minutes, right? Like a span of 2 minutes that literally brought us to where we were. And then overtime happened. And then we don't even need to get into the overtime situation. I think people have beat that to a pulp.
Yeah.
But it was either way. My God, what an incredible game.
No, all around. And I think that just shows, especially knowing like you now have Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen in the AFC. So like, yeah, it's upsetting that like we're seeing Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, like all get to that point. We saw Drew Brees leave last season. Like we're getting to that point where it's like this new transition, but I feel really good about it.
Yeah.
Just because like things are going to get so exciting with these young quarterbacks growing up.
So good. Yeah.
If I was like a quarterback that was about to be drafted, I would not want to go into the AFC.
Oh, no, you want to go into the NFC right now because it's just nobody.
Yeah, it's an open book.
Literally every single, we've talked about this. We were like, the NFC really isn't that intense. We feel like the AFC is so intense, but yeah, you definitely want to get drafted into the NFC.
Yeah. Speaking, I'm trying to use this as a segue. Speaking of someone that has played in both the AFC and the NFC, that has dominated our lives. Literally, I am 23 years old. That has dominated the last 22 years of my life. The one and frickin' only. What the heck is happening with Tom Brady?
Girl. So first of all, we should set the scene that Jordan is the one that broke the news to me yesterday. She FaceTimed me. She was like, Tom Brady's retiring. And I was like, where the hell did you hear that? I don't even have any notifications. I don't have anything. I go on Twitter. We see the Schefter tweet. And I was like, oh my God. And Schefter is like one of the most reliable sources.
Like I don't believe things until I see that he tweeted it. And I'm like, all right, it's real.
Right. It's like Schefter and Rappaport are like the guys that like you go to for the news. So when you see that immediately coming from Schefter, you automatically believe it. And like we started to kind of like feel something like, oh my God, like
I was like
really over.
I was really upset. And that's coming from someone who has bashed Brady for the last decade.
Right.
I was really upset.
And the second that things started getting taken down, I was like, something's wrong. And then all of a sudden it was like, yeah, no, he never actually retired. He just never told the team. I don't know what source told Schefter that Schefter believed it and
Yeah.
tweeted it out prematurely. That's just it's a big messy situation, and it's how do you do that with the greatest quarterback of all time at his age, and you don't completely assuredly know that that is the truth? How do you
It's
tweet that out?
I legitimately don't know. That's why I was like, there's no way. Like, this is Tom Brady. I was like, there's no way they can get this wrong, right?
You would
Right?
think.
And then I'm seeing you would think, and then I'm seeing the TB12, like his own
Yes.
brand is deleting the tweets of their announcement of him retiring. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I was going through the stages of grief, to be quite honest with you.
No, it was an absolute, and then literally it was like, all right, Tom Brady's retiring. And it was like, no, he's not. He never spoke to the Bucks. And then they came out
Denial.
after and they were like, yeah, but he never spoke to the Bucks, but like we have a reliable source. So I'm like, all right, what's happening? And then now we're just in this limbo period. And I think he's pulling an Aaron Rodgers right now, where he's like, conference championship. I'm not in it. I'm just gonna let all the news be about me. Like, I'm
Why
just
not?
not gonna say anything. I'm going to live rent free in the back of everyone's minds because that's the only thing I've been able to think about. Like, I'm refreshing my social medias looking for a Tom Brady statement
Yeah. No, and it's
when
not
I
gonna
should be
happen.
focusing on Joe Burrow being in the AFC Championship game.
Right. But the thing is that my brother was the one that pointed this out to me. He was like, "Didn't he say he was gonna take, like, a month?" And also, why would Tom Brady announce it, like, before the Super Bowl even happens? Like, it
Yes.
seems very odd that that would happen. So, maybe it will. Like, maybe this was just this premature announcement that he was, like, really upset that it got out, but he wasn't ready to say yet. I don't think it's gonna happen for at least another month if it is true, unless, like I made a TikTok about, in fact, that he's like, you know what, screw you, Schefter. I'm staying another year, and next year I will announce my own retirement
Yeah.
because he's that petty.
He is that petty. And at the same time, like, think about it. Can you imagine? Because from the way Aaron Rodgers spoke, it doesn't seem like he's leaning towards retirement, but he could be. So can you imagine if, like, in this weird way it all turns out, if we lose last year, we lost Breeze. If this year we lose Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers, that Hall of Fame ceremony, because they're all first ballot.
That's gonna be like for like I feel like, you know how like all of these Hall of Famers are getting inducted now, and like all of like our parents and everything, and they're all like, oh my god, I remember him. Like I
Yes.
used to love watching him play, blah blah. That's gonna be us.
No, it's
In
gonna make me
like
feel so old.
we're literally gonna stand there and we're gonna watch Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger. I'll throw Eli Manning into the mix. I don't care what anybody says.
No, yeah.
Um, all these guys, Tom Brady, and we're gonna watch them all get inducted at the same time, and we're gonna be like, the greatest like ever are all
Yeah.
here in front. Like it's gonna be like you need, like when the president gets like put somewhere and they need like one person that needs to stay. So like in case everybody dies, there's like still one left. That's what we
Designated
need to do.
survivor. Yes.
Yes, the designated survivor. Like somebody needs to stay back, and I feel
Yes.
like it's got to be Tom. Like somebody's got to stay back in case something happens.
No, literally. They can't
There's too
all
many
be
goods in one
it's
place.
it's literally oh, that's, like, so overstimulating, but, like, I genuinely don't think it's going to play out like that. I
No,
really think I I am in, and I think I texted it to you. I was like, "I'm living in blind denial
yeah,
until I hear the words come out of Tom Brady's mouth."
agreed. I
Like,
want to
I
see Tom Brady say it.
yes, I don't care if every single trusted report comes out today and is like, no, it's 100% confirmed. I am refusing to believe it until Tom Brady says it himself.
Agreed. I agree. But
So in my mind, Tom Brady's playing next season.
I would honestly, it's like so weird to say, but I would love it.
No,
I'm
I
like
would
not ready to let go of him yet, which
no.
is so weird
I
because I'm
like
like, I hate him and I've hated him for the last 22 years. And it's just, which is the majority of my life. And
yes.
it's just like, how do you go about football without him? That's the idea, I think.
Yes.
Right? Like, how do you watch next season? Not
Without
saying like,
him.
yeah, Tom Brady's going to the Super Bowl. Like, you need that feeling.
Exactly. I don't know how football operates without that little voice in the back of my head, like Tom Brady can come in and ruin this for everyone else involved.
I'm sad again.
No, I didn't like. I knew I was gonna be like, wow, Tom Brady, like when he retired, but like, I didn't expect it to like actually affect me this deeply.
I know, it's weird. He really has that effect on people. He
He
is
really
the
does.
greatest quarterback, if not football player of all time.
And I don't know what it was, but like watching him play against the Rams, like I was really rooting for him.
Weirdly enough, right? I felt the same way because I'm like, I don't want to
Sam,
see Tom
what
Brady
the
in another
heck
Super
is
Bowl.
going on?
And yet I was sitting there going like, I want them to
To
do
win?
what they do best, you know? Like I want Brady to like go out in a great way. Like you need that Peyton Manning moment. You need to go out with a Super Bowl win, you
Yes.
know?
And
It's
like
like
I was saying, Ben Roethlisberger got his moment where all of
to
Heinz
say
Field was
goodbye.
behind. Yes. Like we need I have like goosebumps right now. We need like Tom Brady needs that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I don't think it's fair that Ben got that and Tom didn't. I mean, Ben did, you know, he got his Super Bowls. He's led this Steelers team for a while, but he's got his own demons in the closet that, you know, we don't even need to delve into
Yeah.
really. But in terms of just present day, like it was sad to see Big Ben saying goodbye to Heinz Field and you know lose his last playoff game and all that kind of stuff. But Tom, like we were all expecting Tom to go to the Super Bowl. I was
Yes.
expecting Tom to go to the Super Bowl,
Fully.
and
Like wholeheartedly.
there he was sitting, shaking Matt Stafford's hand, going home.
Oh,
It's like
is this like us maturing? Like is this adulthood where we just
I don't even know, man. I
now
don't even know.
respect?
This is yeah, I guess respecting people
Yeah.
and not hating them for
Just because they're very talented. Because literally, the only reason I hate Tom Brady is because he's too good and it's annoying. And I think that's exactly what's happening to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs right now. Like everyone,
yes.
like I still love Patrick. And honestly, I don't even root against Patrick Mahomes. I root against his family. Like I just don't want them. It's not nothing personal against Mahomes.
Yeah.
Because I still love the Chiefs. Like I love the Chiefs vibe. I love Travis Kelce. Like Tyreek Hill's a freaking beast. Like I still like this team, but I've been rooting for their downfall. This not even their downfall, but I
No,
just don't
I
want
have
them to
been
get to the
too.
Super Bowl.
Because I want to see somebody else. I want to see like
Yes.
the Joe Burrow and the Bengals get into the Super. Like I would like it would just be so awesome to see
Yes.
that. But also, if it is Patrick Mahomes that is making this new dynasty, that is the new GOAT, quote unquote, if you know want to go in that direction,
Mhm.
I'm not upset.
Yeah.
He's a good kid, and
Yeah.
despite whatever his family's doing, like honestly, you guys got a crap ton of money. You could do whatever you want, basically. Your brother slash husband is one of the best people in the NFL right now.
Literally.
If you want to spray champagne on people, who gives a crap?
No,
That's
literally.
just my opinion. I really
No.
like people were like hating on that girl for so much, and I'm like, all right, we're reaching a bit. That's just my opinion.
No. And like it got to she made t-shirts for herself to defend her name because like she
Yeah,
was getting brutally
because
attacked.
she was like this, like the donations are going to like bullying campaigns, and I was like, oh my god, like this is. I mean, I feel bad that if you constantly did something and people always had something to say about it, like you'd feel a little sad. But
Yes.
also, I'm like, all right, sure. As long
Sure.
as all the money's going to the bullying campaign, you can make all the shirts you want, Brittany.
Yeah.
Who
Keep
cares?
going. Keep going. But no, I think that's a
A
good
little outlandish, though.
it's a little the whole thing. But yeah, no, I think the Chiefs are just getting to that point where they're too good. And it's the
Yeah.
thing, like nobody I respect the dynasty because now we're seeing the end of the Tom Brady dynasty and we're all feeling like that. Like there's going to
And
be missing something. Like you need the dynasty aspect, but at the same time, it's frustrating in the moment because even if it's not my team, like I just want to see a switch up.
yeah,
Like I want to see new teams in the Super Bowl every year.
absolutely. I think everybody does. Nobody
Yes.
wants to see the same old people in the Super Bowl
Unless
every
you're a
year.
Chiefs fan or a Patriots fan.
Right. But I
And
do think that the people that say like, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes hasn't been in the league for that long, blah 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 blah. You can't call him the GOAT." Blah blah. First of all, did you guys see what he did in 13 seconds?
yeah.
When that happened, I remember in my brain saying, "Even Tom Brady can't win this game in
No.
13 seconds." And Patrick Mahomes did what he needed to do with his offense, Travis Kelce, everybody, and he was able to do that. And I think that is just kind of, not to say Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady, but it's that switch in terms of the position, in terms of how the game's being played now.
Yes.
It's different. It's
I
it's evolving.
I think it's absolutely fair to say, and this is not taking anything away from Tom Brady, I wanna make that
Right.
clear, but I think it's absolutely fair to say that Patrick Mahomes is 10 times the athlete that Tom Brady is. Like, athletically,
Correct.
Patrick Mahomes is on a completely other level. What
Yes.
makes Tom Brady special is the way he understands the game, and he is
Absolutely.
brilliant, and it's gonna work for both of them. Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. Patrick Mahomes is on his way to being in his footsteps, and we're gonna have the argument. It's gonna be the LeBron, Michael Jordan all over again
Of
with
course.
Patrick
Of
Mahomes, Tom
course.
Brady. But they're equally as fantastic in their own ways. And like I said, Tom Brady, it's more the mental, the way because like he can picture an entire game from the moment it starts, and he knows how to make every single play and every single second count. Patrick Mahomes is just this freak of nature that's like
Yes.
this athletic god.
Yes.
So, but yeah, no, I think we're in for a long road. And I mean, I guess it starts now because, like, yeah, Patrick Mahomes hasn't been in the league that long, but if he's already winning, he's already in he's already been in the Super Bowl a handful of times. If he goes and starts winning rings this early, you're setting up the conversation for, is he going to surpass Tom Brady? And then is he better than Tom Brady? It's like a whole storyline that is just
Yeah.
unfolding right before our eyes.
And you could argue too that Super Bowl with the Bucks and Chiefs last year, where it was like these two greatest quarterbacks. I mean, if Patrick had the time to be Patrick Mahomes, it would have been a different game. If the
100%.
offensive line didn't stay in the locker room the entire Super Bowl, I think it might have been a different game. So like people will bring up that Super Bowl for the rest of time to
Oh, yeah.
compare the two. He rushed, quote unquote. He ran 500 yards in that game, just escaping the Buccaneers
Yep.
defense. So
No, literally. And that's why I think the only reason I was kind of pulling for the Bucks, because I really did want, as much as I said it all. See, this is me like just being contradicting myself, because all season I was like, I don't want to see the Chuffs. The Chuffs. No, that's where we're at. The
that's the Chiefs
Chiefs
and the Bucks for
and
those
the
that don't
Bucks.
know.
I mean, we can give them a pet name, the
The
Chuffs.
Chubbs.
Um, I didn't want to see the Chiefs and the Bucks back in the Super Bowl. And then as it was approaching, I was like, you know what? I kind of do, just because I want to see the narrative, especially if they split. Like if Tom Brady wins one and Patrick Mahomes wins one against Tom
Oh,
Brady, like
100%, yeah.
the argument just becomes that much more controversial, and it makes
Mhm.
it a lot more spicy.
Yeah. But unfortunately, we won't be seeing
Fortunately, we will not,
Thomas. Thomas is gonna
because
be
Matthew
chilling.
Stafford was a freaking beast.
As he should.
Yeah.
As he should. I honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing the Rams in the Super Bowl.
No. And I think it's cool. Like last year, the Bucks were the first team to ever host a Super Bowl, and now the Rams can do it 2
2
years in a
years in
row.
a
We get
row?
that.
That's crazy. The fact that it never happened last year and all of a sudden it's happening again this
It's a
year, like,
thing.
what are the
Yeah.
odds of that happening?
No, it's really freaking weird. But I am just excited because um the NFC West divisional NFC championship game. Like, are we freaking joking?
If you told me in September that the NFC Championship game would be the NFC West, I would have told you it would be Cardinals
Rams.
Rams.
100%.
And here we are
With the freaking
with freaking
49ers.
Jimmy G back in the mix, up in here, just doing what he's got to do to go back to the Super Bowl. What, 2 years later?
No. And then they're gonna trade him. Like, what?
I can't. I cannot even fathom that. I would have been like, the 49ers, are you on crack? And
Oh.
here they are. I mean, good for them.
Can you remember just a handful of weeks ago when there was a chance they didn't even make the playoffs?
Yes. Which is kind of like why I'm like, good for them, because like they weren't even supposed to be in it's like almost as if the Eagles made it to this point.
No,
Like,
I said, I can't remember who I said it to, but I was like, the 49ers Super Bowl, like their run right now, it
is the
feels a
Eagles.
lot like the year the Eagles went and won the Super Bowl, because like it should not be happening.
No, definitely. And if they win today, I'm going to be in disbelief, which is very possible because
It's so
apparently the
possible.
49ers are the Rams' kryptonite.
I'm pretty sure Sean McVay is like 0-6 or 0-7.
He's, yes, for the last 6 games, he has not beaten the 49ers, which is weird.
It's so freaking bizarre.
And the fact
Like,
that the last game
why?
of the regular season was Rams 49ers
Yep,
and the Rams lost, which
yep.
is how the 49ers got
Got in.
in.
Yeah, because if the Saints won their game. So if the Rams beat the 49ers
Yeah.
in that last week of the 49ers would not have made the playoffs.
No, they wouldn't have. It would have been the Cardinals.
The Cardinals were already in. It would have been the Saints that took.
Oh, right. Right.
Yes. And then this whole playoff picture just gets completely turned around.
We could do what ifs all day.
We could do what ifs all day because then
All day.
at that point all day, and then at that point, then the Eagles, I believe, would have been the 6th seed, and then instead of the 7th seed,
And then they
Like-
wouldn't have played Tom Brady. Yeah, totally different. Totally different. But yeah, I mean, here are the 49ers. Again, I believe in the beginning of the season too, I was like, I'm not scared of the 49ers. I really
no,
I was not afraid of them. I was not afraid of the Seahawks, which proved to be true. It was
yeah.
Rams Cardinals that I was expecting this entire time. And we did see that throughout the regular season. We saw the Cardinals completely just like, I don't even know,
fall apart.
like curled up in bed and was just like, I'm terrified of the playoffs.
Yeah,
Like it was just like the weirdest thing. I mean, not the weirdest thing. It happens all the time, but
and Kyle Shanahan, if you look at his records, like second half of the season, it's bad.
good. It's like I just Kyle Shanahan literally does this. Do 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 do
Yes.
do do. It's like it was like that span that it was like this is not good, and then all of a sudden it was like things just got really good. And like again, I don't even think we were talking about the 49ers within the first like 6 weeks of the season.
No, when the 49ers were playing the Eagles in like week 2 or 3, I was like, I don't care.
I don't care. Yeah.
And the Eagles, if the Eagles were the team that they were towards the end of this season, they would have single-handedly beat the 49ers. We didn't have a run game at that point. So it's just weird how we end up at this point. Like the Bengals and the 49ers are in conference championship games.
If it's a Bengals 49ers Super Bowl, not one person predicted that.
No.
I would love to meet the person that said, I think it's going to be Bengals 49ers in the Super Bowl this year. No way. I need to see time stamps. I need to see receipts. There's no way anyone predicted that.
No.
There's no way anyone predicted any of this.
No. This season was it was interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was a roller coaster for.
I mean, last week when we were doing our picks, first of all, I went 0-4 on my picks last week. Did very poorly. Like we didn't get any of these games right.
No.
And I was convinced it was Bills Bucks and
I got Bengals right. That was the only one.
You said Bengals. I was not convinced.
And Rams it was so funny. In my YouTube video, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm taking Rams money line 100%." And then I woke up that morning and was like, "No, I have to take Tom Brady." So I was literally divided down the middle, but then I also recorded a TikTok from work the day before the games, and in that I was still claiming Rams money line. So that one I can't even count because I was so it doesn't I claimed both teams at one point.
Yeah, but it was just I was convinced Bills Bucks Super Bowl. I'd been preaching it all year, and I was fully convinced it was going to happen. You were convinced Bills Packers. We were convinced the Bills were going to the Super Bowl.
Bills should, but it's fine. It's fine. Their defense, who was the number 1 defense in the entire league, just decided, you know what? We're just not going to play the last 13 seconds or overtime.
I'd like to have a chat
with all of them.
With all of them.
I want to put them all in a room and say, I want a 500-word essay.
MLA format.
Of everything that you did wrong. And then I also want a 150-word apology specifically to me and Sam.
To me. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I need that. Because I first of all, my brother called
They're
me.
honestly grounded.
My brother called me after that game. I was at work and I answered and I was like, hello. And he was like, hey, I just want to say it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he was like, keep your head up. Everything's gonna be fine. I was like, he's like talking me through a breakup
Yes.
basically, and I was like,
I
yeah.
was getting wellness checkups after the Packers lost. I had my cousin that lives in North Carolina calling me, who I didn't even know knew that I had this love for. Like I didn't know. My friends that don't even watch football. My friend was out at a bar, love her to death, has no idea what's going on. Texted me and said, "I just saw the Packers lost. How are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like people are like really worried about me.
That's how Michael was too. My boyfriend, he texted me. I told him I was like, the Bills lost, and he was like, no, and I was like, yeah, and he was like, not Josh Allen, and I was like, it's Josh Allen, yeah, and he was like, that's so sad, and I was like, he knows, even he knows. It's like when babies can sense like that something's wrong in
Yes.
the air, or
Yeah.
dogs. They're like, I don't know what's going on, but something's wrong.
No, literally. Everyone like Packers and Bills lost, and they're like, everyone put Sam and Jordan in a white puffy room for 24 hours. Yeah.
Nobody talk to me. Nobody touch me. I need to be alone.
No, no, I'm still like, as we can tell, I am still in denial that the divisional round ever happened.
I just want to say shout out to freaking Josh Allen for snubbing the Pro Bowl. Like he just straight up was like, you guys put me as an alternate in the Pro Bowl. Actually I'm not going.
Yeah.
And I was like, the Pro Bowl doesn't deserve you, Josh.
No,
You
literally.
deserve the world.
He
100%. Like
like
good. Don't go to the Pro Bowl and get hurt.
I want
Stupid.
to give him the world on a silver platter.
Here,
Because
Josh.
he is the most precious human being that's ever existed. He has a handshake with every single person. Like,
he is the most perfect human being. I love him so much. I actually just bought myself a Josh Allen t-shirt.
good.
It looks like a rap album with like flames and everything, and it says Josh Allen, and it's got like 3 pictures of him. Yeah, I'm in love with it.
I love everything about that. No, I have to decide what I'm doing with my Aaron Rodgers jersey if he actually leaves Green Bay, and I think I have decided I'm going to frame it.
I was gonna say you can't. You have to keep it.
Yeah.
You can't
No,
get
like
rid of it.
it's probably going to get framed.
I'd love that.
Yeah, it has to. It has to be hung
Would you
up.
buy his jersey if he went to like Tampa
Yes.
Bay? Okay.
Tampa Bay.
Could you imagine if he goes to Tampa Bay?
And this is something that Evan has been preaching for months. And now
Okay,
it's
Oracle
like,
Evan.
yeah, and now it's like, could it happen?
What?
I
Yeah.
don't know though. Like, so I made the argument the other day. Someone was like, because I said, frickin' Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh, and they were like, would he want to follow in Ben Roethlisberger's footsteps? And I was like, I really don't think he cares about that.
No.
But I feel like going immediately to the Bucks is a little. It's
Yeah, I could see that. I really feel like the gravitational pull is now in Denver now that Nathaniel Hackett
yeah,
went there. I could 100% see that happening. No problem, because I think he loves his offensive coordinator.
100%.
The kind of the way that like Carson Wentz went to Indy for Frank Reich, like like the guy, it's
But that worked out so
familiar.
well.
You think you're gonna do really well, but it is what it is. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers, we could talk about him all day,
No,
literally.
we could literally stream 24 hours a day.
If
7 days
me
a
and
week.
Jordan ever had to like filibuster something, we would stand up and just talk about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And we could talk for hours. Just
Yeah.
hours and hours about the man. But yeah, I it would be pretty crazy if he did go to the Bucks, but I just feel like that's not really his vibe. Also, it's warm.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to stay in the cold. He knows the cold.
Yeah. No, and like think about it this way, like Shailene is out in the West Coast. She's
True.
in California.
True.
I can see him more Vegas, I think is a good option.
I kind of really love Aaron Rodgers going to the Raiders.
I kind of do too, and it's
It's like kind of pretty awesome, and I feel like the black hole would love him.
Like he fits the vibe.
He fits the vibe.
Whatever.
And it's Vegas. I mean, like the amount of money that they would make off of Aaron Rodgers being in Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
Just bushels and bushels and bushels of money.
They would probably have bushels of my own money.
Yeah.
which is
We can go to that like little club in the end zone
yes.
with the
Oh,
bottle service and everything.
all right, I'm not getting
Yeah.
my hopes up for this. Also, I could see him in shut up. I could see him in San Francisco if they decide to, because
How
Trey Lance,
poetic.
it is poetic because one, they didn't draft him, or there was that whole situation.
Correct.
Now he can't beat them. So he's like, oh, I can't beat you. I'll just join you and then beat everybody else as your quarterback.
Why not? Why not? And like honestly too, if they end up, getting rid of Jimmy G, and let's just say, Aaron Rodgers ends up going to the Niners, Trey Lance is going to have such an incredible, like, just even if it's just a year of
Yes.
sitting behind Aaron Rodgers, like that is like as a rookie quarterback who's probably going to stay a backup,
Mhm.
why not? Why not sit
Literally.
behind someone like Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, and I think the prime example, like Patrick Mahomes was sitting behind Alex Smith. And like, you see, I am
People
all
forget that.
yes. Yes, Josh Allen did not start immediately. Like all of these guys that are I mean, minus Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. Like obviously, this narrative doesn't work 100% of the time, but at the end of the day, it is not a bad thing for young rookie quarterbacks, second-year quarterbacks to sit behind veterans, especially if they are some of the best quarterbacks to ever play the freaking game.
Well, to be fair, Justin Herbert did. Justin Herbert.
He did not immediately start.
Baker Mayfield. Was it Josh Allen? Was it Tyrod Taylor the Buffalo Bills quarterback?
Yes.
Okay, so Tyrod Taylor is the greatest of all time, right? Like
Tyrod Taylor should be inducted into the Hall of Fame just for creating Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, and Justin Herbert.
Like incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
What a star. Shout out to Tyrod Taylor. He literally has put his life on the line.
No, he really has. And I
For the
mean, did
National
he just
Football
do it
League.
again with Davis Mills? Like, because Davis Mills started looking great at the end of this season.
First of all, can we just talk really quick about Davis Mills' neck? It is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life.
Really is. I thought Mike Glennon was on another planet, but
Mike Glennon's long.
long.
Davis Mills is wide.
Wide, yeah.
There's a difference, between the two things.
There is. There's definitely a difference.
Yeah, but Davis Mills, like seriously, I'm like, that's not a real neck. It can't be. Hello, Evan.
Hello.
Hello.
How are we doing?
You caught us talking about necks.
Yeah.
Well, no, I wanted to. Have you guys talked about the whole Tom Brady thing?
We did, but I would love your opinion.
Okay, because I rushed home. The wife and I celebrated the anniversary last night.
Oh,
so
congrats.
we went out a little hungover, and then
beautiful.
Let me tell you how my day went down.
Okay,
let's share.
So we're sitting at the bar, and then all of a sudden I get alerts, tweets. Tom Brady's retired. I'm like, what? What?
Your wife was probably like, can he not ruin our anniversary right now?
That's exactly what she kind of said. She's like, you're not going to be off the phone for probably the next few hours, correct? I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And so I'm looking at all this stuff. I'm like, he's retired, and then all of a sudden he's not retired. He hasn't announced anything. Can we all agree that this is now multiple times where Adam Schefter has gotten it wrong?
For like big moments.
Like, this is one of the major parts of sports history. Like, how do you mess that up?
Right. And you're Adam Schefter. You're supposed to be like the breaking news guy for the NFL, and you're like getting wrong reports. And now you have to retract and look like a dummy for a second time. Like, your insider status should be stripped away, dude. Like, come on.
I literally said, I'm not believing it until I hear it from Tom Brady's mouth himself.
Moving.
Right. So if it turns out to be true, I hope it's not true, because I can't see Tom Brady stepping away how his season ended this year.
No,
I can't.
That's what I thought.
He can't go out like that. He can't go out like that. But, if it turns out to be true, what a great career. I mean, it was fun in Tampa while it lasted. We'll be in the cellar for a while now. You blame Giselle?
If it's over, if he retires this season, I 100% blame Giselle.
Giselle's just looking out for her husband. She knows
she is. I'm not knocking it. Like, I understand it, But like the way he talks about it, he doesn't look like he's in any position to stop playing like he is still doing Tom Brady things. We almost saw another repeat of 28-3 with a 27-3 against the Rams.
And we talked about this before. He's playing at such a high level still.
Yes.
But
like the way he talks in the press conferences, he's like, he's like, Giselle's nervous for me every time she watches me play. And like, at the end of the day, I do think he wants to be a family man. Like, I understand it. It's not a bad thing, but I do blame her.
but it is her. If he wasn't married, if he didn't have kids, he'd play until he was freaking 65.
100%.
Like 100%. It's that wife kind of energy. Like I don't want you to get hurt. I want you to be here for. His kids are young.
Yeah.
Like his oldest is what, 13. So like there's still that time to like be the dad and not TB12. And maybe eat a strawberry or something. I don't know.
I just look at Erica. I think he is coming back, but
I think so too.
If it turns out to be where he's retiring, I mean, it's the ramifications in Buccaneers land. Like Gronk's, he gone too. Like, he's gonna retire. The Bucs maybe need to think about trading for Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers.
I was telling Sam, I was like, Evan has been saying for months Aaron Rodgers is going to end up on the Buccaneers. And I was like, you're nuts. And now the way everything's playing out, it's like, oh my God.
We literally said, we were like, Evan's like an oracle right now, like just like predicting everything.
I know. And I look at it as, I mean, Denver's a great spot for Rodgers if that trade ever if it happens. It's a great spot for him. Tampa would be a great spot for him. But going back to the Tom Brady thing, it's a great career. We loved you in Tampa. It was fun. We got a Super Bowl out of you. Thank you for bringing that to the town. I mean, it was fun, but I don't see him going. But
I don't either.
But you just can't go out like that, man. You can't.
I think he would want to say, like, I'm coming into this season with intents of it being my last. So, like, everyone can just kind of have that moment.
Stop this. Stop that. Stop that.
I don't think we should be including Deshaun Watson in anybody's conversation.
Yeah.
Stop that. We've already had one drama-filled case with AB. We don't need anything else like that.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
Yeah. What were your thoughts when all that news broke yesterday about him retiring, and now it's not retiring? So what did you guys think?
I have Schefter's notifications on, and I saw his first tweet literally within seconds, was on the phone with Sam, and I was like, I think Tom Brady just retired.
Yeah.
Because like you said, Adam Schefter, like, I don't believe things until I see Schefter tweet it. Like, that is like who you trust, or Ian Rappaport. But Ian Rappaport is usually a little bit after Schefter. But it's like once both of those guys have said something, it's like, all right, this is a fact. Mm-hmm. So when I see Schefter tweeting it, I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. So I call Sammy and I'm like, honestly, I was like, why am I sad?
Yeah.
Like, I was genuinely, and that's coming from someone who has roasted him for the last decade. But we've talked about it, like, we don't know how, like, I'm 23 years old. The last 22 years of my life have been taken up by Tom Brady. Like, I don't know football without him. And like, it's always in the back of my mind. It's like, oh, is Tom Brady going to come in and just rule this season again? Like, you just never know how it's going to play out. But Adam should get a fine for lying.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't think he was lying, though. He probably thought it was true.
Like, if you're Adam Schefter, you need to be.
But like, you have to be 100%.
Yes.
Especially with news like that. You need to confirm with the Bucs. You need to confirm with Brady's camp. You need to confirm. I don't know why he didn't do all that before.
But at the same time, TB12 was also tweeting out that he was retiring and then deleted their tweet later on.
First of all, if you're TB12, like, why would you not confirm with Tom
himself,
and not Adam Schefter?
Yeah.
Like, you literally have his phone number. You run his company. Just be like, hey, Tom, is this true?
Hey, we heard you're retiring. Can you confirm or deny?
But even the players, like Chris
Mike Evans was,
everybody
Julian
Edelman called him babe. I was like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. The babe came out. It's over.
Yeah. No, it's insane. But at this point, like, if Adam Schefter honestly would have looked better if he tweeted out and said, I'm not 100% sure.
Right.
I'm not saying anything until we know. Like, that would have made him, especially if all these other companies and organizations were tweeting it out and Adam Schefter was like, I'm taking my time on this one. People would have respected him more for that.
And then at
rather
that
than
point,
now.
don't even tweet that out because that's going to send everyone into a tizzy the same way this did. And like, if you're not 100% sure, don't tweet it out. And I understand being a reporter, you have to be first. Like, you want to be the one that breaks Tom Brady's retirement news. But if you don't see it coming from Tom, or you don't see it coming from Bruce Arians or the Buccaneers organization, who told him this? That's what I want to know.
Yes.
Where
Bruce Arians
information
sounded
from?
pissed in his statement.
Yeah, so there's a news report out right now that Tom Brady told the Buccaneers he hasn't made up his mind on retirement.
Yeah. That's
So
the last I heard.
Yeah, that came out yesterday.
And now he's going to stay. He
I
didn't
would
get to announce his own retirement.
Yeah, I would stay too, just to give Adam Schefter a big old FU. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I would do the same. I'd be like, well, here I come. Back in the mix.
I wanted to ask you two, and I know you guys aren't Bucs fans at all, but if he does retire, if this turns out to be true, he is retiring. Like, what are your thoughts about the Bucs? What do you think they should do?
I think you go into a slight, I don't want to say a rebuild.
Bring back Jameis.
Sam, you're muted. You're muted. Boo.
No, but I really, I don't think you're in a position to win at this point. I would honestly keep Mike Evans, trade Chris Godwin. You know Gronk's going to retire anyway. And at this point, just kind of see where you're at. If you can go out and get Russell Wilson and make a move, I say do it. If Aaron Rodgers is open, I say if you go for one of those veteran guys, I think that gives you your best chance of winning now. But at the end of the day, the Bucs built their team to win right now with Tom Brady. It was never a long-term solution anyway. So I think at this point, you take a step back, take a losing year, and just kind of see where you're at, see where the major holes are.
We're used to those. So,
yeah. And then kind of see how you can eventually get better and have it be a long-term solution. But
yeah, right now it's a sticky situation, especially in the offseason, because I think they have $14 million in cap space right now, which isn't much.
No.
And if you're and Godwin is a free agent, so you could franchise tag him again, but then it's going to take a lot of your money up again.
And at this point, I don't think he's going to want to stay. He deserves to. He wanted to stay because
he wants to stay, but the thing is, they're not going to be able to afford him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, because I'm trying to think of how much dead cap space that Brady would eat up if he retired, because there's still money out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a weird. The offseason is going to be like Rams trade draft picks. Well, obviously, yeah.
But at the same time, the Rams are kind of in a bad situation. The Rams aren't in a position to win for a long period of time. The Rams have two, this year and next year potentially.
Yeah.
Because they have no draft future and they have no money. Like they signed everyone to these small deals.
No money.
Zero money.
Zero money.
Just like the Packers. They have no money either. They're in the red.
Yeah.
Just like the Saints. The Saints are in the red.
I was going to say, Sean Payton did the right thing. He was like, I don't see a good quarterback situation, and we're $70 million in cap debt. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm not doing a rebuild. Peace. I'll be in the broadcast booth. I'll wait for Mike McCarthy to get fired, and then I'll go coach Dallas.
With the Bucs, though, I feel like we also got to think about Arians, who literally came out of retirement to do this. Like, does he stick around too?
I think he's told everybody he's going to stick around no matter what Tom Brady does.
Doesn't he literally have a torn Achilles right now?
Probably. He looks like Darth Vader with the thing strapped to his chest.
I love when Al Michaels always says, "Oh, he looks like he's getting an EKG." He mentions it every single time.
Also, too, I mean, I would look at it as if Brady stays, and if the Jags announce that Byron Leftwich is now the head coach of the Jags on Monday, which apparently that's going to happen. If you're Brady, now you can go and kind of pick and choose who you want for your offensive coordinator now for your maybe last final year with the Bucs. You can go and say, hey, I want this guy instead of promoting somebody up, in the team already. So I don't know, man. It's a weird situation.
Oh, it's such a bizarre situation. I feel like we're just in this limbo. And I said it earlier to Sam. I was like, Tom Brady found a way to make this weekend about him, even though the Bucs are not even in the conference championship games.
Yeah, but
it's in the back of everyone's mind right now.
But Jordan, that wasn't even his fault, though. It wasn't even his fault. It was Adam Schefter's fault for making
literally. He was keeping it to himself.
Yeah.
I love that we've been talking about this for what 45 minutes. We haven't even talked about this weekend yet.
Oh, you haven't talked picks yet? Let's do it.
We haven't talked picks
let's
yet.
do some picks.
Let's do some picks. Let's do it.
All right. So
we'll start with the first game, right? AFC.
Yeah. So Chiefs Bengals. This one I'm having a very hard time removing my heart from to make a pick because I want the Bengals to win so desperately.
Me too.
However, with the way the Bengals O-line looked last week and with how well the Chiefs played, I do think it's kind of a long shot. I do like the looks betting wise. I got the Bengals at +7.5, which I really, really like because the Bengals, they've kept their last 8 games to a field goal. So I do think this could be a close game. I just really want the Bengals to pull it out. I just don't know if their O-line doesn't exist, if that's possible.
It's the thing is that this is not an impossible game for the Bengals to win because we saw them
do it. Yeah.
Right.
In week 17, right? So fairly recently, not even beginning of the season Chiefs that wasn't really that good. This was end of season Chiefs that they were able to beat. And I think that one is very important, but two, the way that the Chiefs played last week against the Titans will not beat the Chiefs this week. You beat the Titans because Ryan Tannehill didn't even know where he was at.
Yeah.
The Titans just weren't playing playoff football. That's why you won that game.
And they also didn't utilize
9 times. You can't get sacked 9 times in order to win a freaking championship game. It's not going to happen. Do I think it's possible? Do I think that Joe Burrow can pop off? Jamar Chase can pop off? Yes, because he threw 446 yards against the Chiefs in week 17. Yep. It's very possible. 4 touchdowns. It's not impossible. But if that O-line doesn't show up, you 100% are not winning this game.
Yeah, this one's a tough for me because I think everybody in America is rooting for the Bengals to beat the Chiefs.
Yep. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
and you're a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, and Sam, you hit the nail on the head. You're not going to win a game getting sacked that many times. And they were lucky they won against the Titans because Brian Tannehill just was terrible on that game. Just utterly.
Bengals defense stepped up and took advantage of every Ryan Tannehill mistake.
And I think that's what the Bengals have to have. That game plan is going into this is okay. We're going up against the Chiefs. Defense has to be like they were against the Titans last week. They have to step up the most. And when it comes to the offense, I mean, the Titans defense to me is a little bit better than the Chiefs, but the Chiefs are going to bring the house when it comes to the weak O-line of Cincinnati. It's I hope this is a fun game like it was in week 17 where it just was back and forth.
I feel like it will be. But if you could see Patrick Mahomes beat that Buffalo Bills team last week,
where Josh Allen didn't make a single mistake,
it's going to be very hard. It's not going to be easy, but it's not impossible. You just have to literally play to the extreme best of your abilities. You need to play better than your best abilities in order to win this game.
I want to pick the Bengals, but I know it's the Chiefs probably going to win this game.
I think I'm going to be rooting for the Bengals.
Yeah.
But I think that the Chiefs are going to win.
That's where I'm at. I think my favorite bet this weekend is Bengals +7.5 because like I said, I don't think this is going to be a blowout. I think they'll keep it close. But at the end of the day, my gut is telling me the Chiefs are going to do what they have to do. But if the Bengals win, you will hear me from Tampa and Staten Island. I will be screaming.
Jordan, I'm going to be 5 minutes away from you at work. I will hear you.
Oh yeah, you will actually hear me. I'll just come visit. I will also be immediately purchasing a Joe Burrow jersey. I made that clear.
Literally, let me know. I will purchase it with you.
Perfect.
We will be buying
with the stripes on the sleeves.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. Done.
So Jordan, you think the Bengals will cover?
I think the Bengals will cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
I think if you're going to bet this game, take the over and take Bengals to cover.
Okay.
I
think the over is 45.5 or 43.5.
That's honestly low.
It is very low.
For this
Compared
kind
to
of
last
game.
time, I mean, it was 34-31 in their
exactly.
last
game.
Right. I mean, there's a chance that one of these teams alone put up close to 40 points.
I was wrong. I was wrong. The over under is 54.5.
Oh, see, that's more fair.
That sounds a lot closer.
That's very fair. I still like it though. I still think this is going to be extremely back and forth. Very offensive.
I agree.
I'm excited. Exciting.
I can't wait. I'm like, my wife and I, we got back in the town and we're both hungover. We're like, we're sitting on the couch all day. We're being bums. We're going to go get pizza later, watching football. That's all we're doing
perfect
today.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm completely snowed in. My driveway still has 11 inches of snow. Like the cars can't move.
Wow.
Oh my God,
and I'm not
Jordan.
shoveling it today. So
it's in the 50s down here.
Must be nice.
Congrats.
Yeah.
It got down to 39 last night. Let's go.
It was 10 degrees last night.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it was literally 9 degrees. But yeah, no, I am literally trapped. I got Elio's pizza, and I'm just gonna have a day. I got a bottle of Pinot Grigio too. All right, and then we also have a freaking NFC West matchup. This game, everyone is talking about the Rams. I don't think this is as easy of a game for the Rams to win as everyone's making it out to be. Like, I think the 49ers are going to give them a run for their money. And I do think the 49ers have a chance to win today.
Yeah. I think they can win. I just feel like Matt Stafford, Sean McVay, like they have so much tape to watch. And the 49ers do too. Like you can make that argument.
Yeah, they have so much tape considering the 49ers have beat them 6 times consecutively.
Right. So I feel like hopefully if Sean McVay is the type of coach that everyone expects him to be, then I think that the Rams can win this game. I think that they can, especially if they get out on top. You know how Sean McVay is when he's leading at the half. He's like, 46-1 now? Like he's lost one game when he's leading at the half. So I just think that it's very possible. But the 49ers will show up and they will give them a run for their money. And like they're trying to go back to that same stadium. They're playing in the stadium that the Super Bowl is being played in 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. Like how many times have we said that, been able to say? So I just think that I've like walked through this when I did my podcast this week. Like I walked myself through it because I was going to pick the 49ers, but I convinced myself that the Rams were able to play the way they did last week against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Yeah. And I think they played really, really well. And I think Stafford's on the roll. I think that he's ready to go. And I think he's ready to finally put all of these rumors to rest about him not being a good quarterback. And we've seen it this entire year that he is. So I think the Rams are going to win this game. I really do. And I'm
getting a quarter.
I kind of want them to. I want to see Matt Stafford be good. I want to see him.
Remember, the last time these two played, the 49ers won 27-24 in OT.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think this all really hinges on the play of Jimmy Garoppolo because he did well against the Rams when they played in the regular season, but when they played the Packers, he looked
Jimmy G really is, and like we've been talking about it all week, and I don't know if you guys have seen all the things about Mina Kimes, but Mina Kimes on ESPN came out and was like, Jimmy G's an average quarterback, and then Jeff Garcia was just like, she's never thrown a pass in the NFL, and it was like, shut up, Jeff.
Okay, but Jimmy G is an average quarterback. Like she's not wrong.
Like she's not wrong, but yeah, Jimmy G really, I feel like he's not a playoff quarterback. He's a regular season quarterback, but not a playoff quarterback.
I can agree with that. I like this is another matchup. Like I want the 49ers to win, but I think the Rams are probably going to do.
Yeah, my quarter said Rams. So
all right, well,
40 45 and a half is the over under on this.
I do think it's going to be very defensive.
Yeah, I was going to say
I think they're going to go back and forth defense wise, like the way like the Bengals Titans were.
Yeah.
And I think that it's going to be not too high scoring, but I don't know. I love the way the Rams played last week. They played so good. And
I can make an argument. Like on one hand, I really want the Rams to win. And then on the other hand, I really want the 49ers to win. And I can make an argument for both.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be upset. Like this is, and that's what's going to make this a really good game. Cause either way, I'm fine with whoever does end up winning.
Yeah. I think I just want to see Matt Stafford have a Super Bowl, like at least go to a Super Bowl, because he played how many years at Detroit? 10, 11 years, and like I think he deserves the win. I think that he deserves it.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, the Rams are not in a position to win long term. Like if they want a Super Bowl, they need to do it literally in 2 weeks. Like
yeah.
Well, girls, I just want to jump on and talk about the Tom Brady stuff, and my prediction is going to be Chiefs Rams. Yeah,
we'd love to see it.
Chiefs and Rams in the Super Bowl. So that's my pick.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for stopping by, Evan.
Yeah.
You're welcome. See ya.
Bye. All right, yeah, he's Chiefs Rams. My heart, in my heart of hearts, in my heart of hearts,
Harps.
in my heart of hearts, I think I really, really want it to be Bengals Rams.
Yeah. I would honestly love to see an underdog Super Bowl. It would be good Super Bowl to see Bengals Niners.
Yes.
I think it would be good, but I genuinely think it's going to be Chiefs Rams unless Joe Burrow has I don't know. Did you see his outfit today? He looks so good.
He looks so good. Where's the glasses? I want to see him in the glass. The glasses are going to win him a Super Bowl.
I have been getting ads for those sunglasses. Like my FBI agent is straight up like, "Here, have some Joe Shiesty glasses, all right?" And I'm like, "Okay, I want to buy them." It's working.
All right, can we add that to our order as well? If the Bengals
Bengals are going to the Super Bowl, I will 100% be wearing a Joe Burrow jersey
and the glasses.
100%.
Great. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Just purchased a Joe Burrow sweatshirt.
I really need to order that Justin Herbert t-shirt that you sent me the other day. It was made for me.
It really was. Like it literally says like in the description like for Jordan Arad.
Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so I literally can't pick. Like I cannot make these picks.
I'm going officially Chiefs Rams. That is my official prediction, but I will low-key be rooting for a Bengals Niners Super Bowl.
I'm gonna go Bengals Rams.
All right.
Because
I'm thinking, stick with your guns. You've been talking about the Bengals going to Super Bowl since beginning of the playoffs.
Yeah. No, I at this point, everyone keeps telling me I'm crazy, and I keep believing in them, and they keep doing their thing. So I think it's not going to be an easy win by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think if the Bengals play smart, they can beat the Chiefs. And it'll probably come down to a field goal, but I don't even care because a win is a win. Send Joe Shiesty to the Super Bowl. Joe Burr.
Joe Burr. I would cry.
Yeah, no, and I think, and if when it comes to the NFC, Rams or 49ers, I'm not going to be upset either way. So it's all around. We really can't lose. Like either way, we're getting a good matchup. Whatever way it turns.
To end one of the craziest seasons is with one of the craziest championship weekends we've seen.
Bruh. Yeah. No, it's insane.
It's been a wild season. And here we are.
And it doesn't get any easier on us. If anything, it's just getting tougher and tougher.
This is taking years off of my life.
No, it
straight
really
up.
is.
I was supposed to die at like 98. You want to know when I'm dying? Like 60 now.
Yeah.
Years have been deteriorating off of my life because
of the 2021 NFL season.
Yes.
All right. So there we have it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please follow me and Sam on all of our social medias. Our ats are in front of our faces at the Sporty Jordy, at the Girl Who Talks Sports. Just because there's a chance that we don't make it through tonight. We need wellness checkups.
I need like an IV while I watch these games or something. Yeah. Like I need to be like hydrated.
I'm gonna have Pinot Grigio just flowing through my veins. Or watermelon White Claws. Either way.
There you go.
Make sure to follow us at the FU Dogs Pod on all of our social medias. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we'll see you for the Super Bowl. Ew.
I can't believe we're saying that.
No, like it's almost here. And Joe Shiesty is going to be
Let's go Bengals.
Super Bowl. Let's freaking go. All right, bye everybody.
Bye.